Hello and welcome to the Friday Night Social. Me and Mike Dix. We did have Wayne with us, but we couldn't really hear him very well. He's got man flu tonight, so he sounded a bit bunged up. But also his audio is crap as well. So he's gone to fix his technical things. I often think of on James O'Brien's show when he has a caller and the phone line's not perfect and he just cuts them off.
Yeah.
And says, I can't deal with this phone line. Go, we'll try and get you back. And he never gets them back. He never gets them. Anyway, so big shout out to Billy in the chat, also Sarah and to Jenny. We've also got George in there and Lee and many other cool ass motherfuckers. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to swear for the first few minutes, am I? But if you would like to join them in the chat, all you need to do is hit that subscribe button and wait for that minute, and then you'll be able to join them. But please don't be obnoxious. Don't be a troll, or we'll kick you off. Anyway, Mike, how you doing, mate? Are you all right? Have you had better weeks?
I've definitely had better weeks. I'm on week 5 of radiotherapy and chemotherapy.
Wow.
And I found out today there's a reason that everybody gets 5 weeks of radiotherapy, and that's because that's as much as a body can take, apparently.
Jesus Christ.
Before they have to stop. So I had a bit of a collapse this morning with it all, and lots of pain, lots of scratching. And the morphine they gave me, which is lovely to take away the pain, I'm allergic to that somehow.
You're allergic to morphine. That's very misfortunate.
It's good to know, though.
Yeah.
Because as you said earlier, if I go into a restaurant and they say,
any allergies?
Any allergies?
Morphine,
heroin,
opium.
Yeah.
Put the crack pipe away, darling. Not having
I won't be allowed in the toilets of the House of Commons, basically.
Yes. But you went into the toilet in the House of Commons and you just came out in like a rash.
Had a rash and sued them for that.
Man, Jesus.
Scott.
Scott's here. Scotty, how you doing, Scotty, with your new mic?
Hello, how are you?
I can hear you beautifully. Finally.
That's fabulous.
That sounds absolutely awesome. So we've had a bit of a running joke with Scott that his microphone has always been shit because you've just been using earbuds, haven't you?
Not even that. I literally have been using the computer built-in.
Right. Okay.
Microphone.
Yeah. Not great, but I like this one. It comes up different colors, doesn't it? We can only see the white at the moment, but you can.
Yeah, I know. I
love that you got a gay mic.
I have the gayest mic ever.
Which is fantastic.
Hey, I thought I was the gayest, Mike.
No, you're not the gayest, Mike.
No, you're really not.
Oh, okay.
But it lights up. It does different colors and shit. It's
we can't really cool. See on the screen, unfortunately.
I know. It's a shame. But I this is the setup, guys. Literally, this is on top of a box on top of 2 PlayStation games.
Excellent. That's the way you want to do it. Anyway, Tim has just dropped a super chat in. Thank you so much to Tim for that. Mike, avoid poppy seeds. That's definitely the top advice from Tim. Top tip.
Thanks, Tim.
Avoid. Anyway,
Tim's top tips.
Avoid
poppy seeds.
We had someone was saying that January has been Jenny was saying, "Evening, everyone. We made it to the end of January." To which we got a response from Steve where it said January was a long year, which it absolutely was. I'm guessing for you, Mike, it was a particularly long year.
Doubly so. Yeah.
Doubly so. But we made it. We made it to the end. And tonight is 5 years since this. This is the
celebration
standard from 5 years ago. And here it says farewell but not goodbye, and then down here it's talking about some kind of killer virus. 2 cases in Britain. I don't know what happened to that story. That died a death.
They're just scaremongering again.
Oh, they were scaremongering. That's right, scaremongering.
Yeah.
Anyway,
nothing will come of that story.
I've probably told you this before, but do you know what I was up to 5 years ago tonight, which was also a Friday, Friday the 31st of January. 2025. Well, 2020. Sorry, I went to the Brexit celebration in Parliament Square.
Oh yeah, they were going to ding bang Big Ben, weren't they?
They were going to bong Big Ben. Big Ben was getting bonged, And they had a stage up, and they had Nigel Farage on the stage. They had videos playing of Union Jacks and ugly people doing Morris dancing. And Claire Fox was there. I got to call her something, a very rude word, to her face, which was fun. And so me and some of the members of the EU flag mafia infiltrated the crowd. And we have a friend who is a really good, one of those people that brings stuff from one country to another. One of those people in like a van. I don't know what colour van it was, but they managed to source us some strumming, which is the stinkiest, most disgusting food on the planet. It's like...
is it the fetid whale meat or something?
No, it's fermented herring.
Fermented
and it's a
herring,
speciality in Sweden, where it is eaten, but they have to open the can underwater because it smells so bad. And I have to tell you, the smell is like, imagine shit, vomit, fish, moldy feet, and death. And it's all them put together. Anyway,
sounds like a weekend of fun.
Well, our friend with the whatever coloured van it was managed to get a big stack of these little bastards, right? So we opened them all and walked through the crowd in Parliament Square and liberally distributed their contents. It fucking stank. So everyone who was there in Parliament Square that night probably went home and went, why do my clothes smell?
There was a weird smell there that night.
Yeah.
I don't know where it was coming from.
It was me. Well, it wasn't me, actually. This is not a confession. I'm just saying that's what I would have done if I had thought of it at the time.
Somebody should have done that at the time.
Yeah,
that would have been
and then whoever did it left all the empty cans on the doorstep of 55 Tufton Street. How dare they? Anyway, so yeah, do you remember what you were doing 5 years ago, Mike, this night when we left the EU?
Do you know, I was just trying to ignore the whole event. Essentially, it was a complete non-event anyway, wasn't it? Nothing changed. Yes. Nothing happened. It was Independence Day for Nigel Farage.
Right, he got loads of money, didn't he? Off his the people who bankroll him. Vladimir.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if anything, I mean, that newspaper front page sums it up, doesn't it? It was prepping for COVID on its way, really. It was like, the rumours were starting to abound at that time, really. It
just never ends, does it? I mean, we finally get, we finally finish one thing, and then the next horrible thing just comes along. So
yeah,
we got COVID. Finally, we've overcome COVID, and along comes Liz Truss. And I'm like, oh shit! We finally get rid of the fucking Tories in this country, and then it's like, oh, I know, says America. Let's re-elect fucking Donald Trump. I just want to relax. That's all I want.
Just Jesus. we finally got rid of.
What would we? Sorry, Scott. Go on.
No, please go ahead.
I was going to say, what would we all do though if there was nothing to whinge about in politics?
I'd have a nice life. I'd be talking about travel.
Well, that's true.
Mikey Famine gave me a really good idea this morning. I did those Lego shows last week where I was building the Lego globe.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a show where I'm just doing stuff. And we're not really talking about politics. I'm just chatting with the people in the chat. And we're going to do GeoGuessr because that'll be a really fun game to play. And as I've been to a lot of those countries,
definitely.
And tell people what to look out for, to suss out, the colour of the lines on the road and whether they've got an accent of certain letters and all that kind of stuff.
I watched the Map Men do an episode of that. Yeah, it was very good.
Did you see them dress up as me for one of their episodes?
Yes, I did.
Me and my mum. They dress up as me and my mum. Check it out. But if you're not subscribed to Map Men, you really should get subscribed to Map Men. Yeah, they cheated. They cheated so badly because they won the TikTok awards, didn't they? But they just took the videos that they'd already made years ago off YouTube, put them onto TikTok, and then won an award on TikTok.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. You've got
especially with their content.
But yeah, we've got number 3. Thank you very much for the super chat. He says, "Hello, #scum with a K." I don't know that is that a reference to the misspelling of scum in Return of the Jedi subtitles when they're in Jabba's palace?
I mean, that's a deep
kind of scum
cut, isn't it? But
you always got to watch out for that.
I was about to say.
But yes, so what do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about the plane crash? Do you want to talk about the EU? Do you want to talk about Brexit? Do you want to talk about anything but? Do you want to talk about butts? Scott.
Plane
I
crashes.
gotta say, the last thing I want to talk about is Brexit. Oh, the
Yeah.
last thing I want to talk about is fucking Brexit.
Did you hear James O'Brien today?
Oh, yes, that's why I don't want to talk about it. He dedicated his whole fucking show on it. And it was and yeah, it was fine to go back and listen to, the stupid people. But it is just such a it's one of those subjects now that we talked about it so much back then. And it wasn't I say we everyone talked about Brexit. Like it was everywhere all the time.
But it was a weird time because you didn't want to bring it up in conversation because you didn't know how the other person felt about it. But once that acknowledgement had gone ahead, it was like, when you fancy someone and you don't know if they fancy you, so you're sort of like skirting around it a bit. But then once you find out that you both fancy each other, it's on. And it was like that. It was like, fuck it, I hate Brexit. Oh, I hate Brexit too. Yeah,
I hate Brexit too. They're idiots.
Fighting for Brexit. Oh, fucking idiots. And yeah. But I have to say, if you voted for Brexit, I think less of you. End of. End of. I do. I can't help it. And I always will.
Old ground now. We should be healing.
Talk about thinking less of somebody.
What? What?
Wayne's arriving. Brexit has entered the room.
Hello, Wayne. Wayne didn't vote for
Look
Brexit,
at that
did you?
face. What? Who pissed in his cornflakes?
Wayne looks like he's got
He's
internet.
poorly, Scott.
He was on
He's
his phone
poorly
before.
sick.
Oh, is he not well?
He's
sorry.
poorly.
I think he's sending us a videotape from 2 weeks ago when he's feeling better. Although it has paused. Hello, Wayne. Can you hear me?
My internet is just fucked right now.
Yeah.
So I'll do my best.
You sound like you're in a well. It's amazing that the internet hasn't reached Essex yet, but one day.
It's crazy.
One day. This goes to show that the they say the only way is Essex, but the reality is it's a bit of a shithole with no internet. Yeah. It's got 1K. Yeah, 1K, that's right. Just the one.
1K.
Yeah, you all have to share the 1K.
What's wrong with you?
In my day, all we had was 56K. And it used to make funny noises when it booted up.
You had a 56K modem? Bloody hell, man. You were like rich.
You were royalty. All we had was a 32.
28K modem and a 1K RAM pack.
I had a Google, a Yahoo disk, and my telephone bill was huge.
Yes, indeed.
So you're still on dial-up, aren't you, Wayne? You're still on dial-up, right?
Yeah. T in the chat has said, as a Republican, it should be no surprise that I'm completely obsessed with trans people. Yeah, because, trans people could be really sexy. I get it. But, there's a lot of deeply repressed Republicans who think trans people are the worst people in the world.
Isn't it
because
funny?
They turn them on. Stop turning me on. It's not fair.
And that is literally what it's all about. Because when you got, wasn't it a couple years ago, there was a survey done on Pornhub or it was kind of like a... See, I'm not used to having a mic.
With the light in it, you could do Dean Stockwell in the movie Blue Velvet, where he sings "In Dreams" by Roy Orbison into a light bulb.
There you go.
Great moment.
I've never seen that film. So anyway,
Al from
so most of the most of the red states. They're the ones that have the highest searches for trans porn on Pornhub than the blue states.
That doesn't come as any surprise.
No, not at all.
Well, I think the blue states need to, join the party. But I mean,
and it's the women don't like them because they're not them. Like in a way, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're jealous of the fact that they're men. Like chicks with dicks.
They're not, because trans women are women.
There's Mikey.
Oh
Sorry,
no,
go on,
no, they are, but some of them still have penises, and
Yes.
and that's completely valid.
Yes.
Do I sound sexier now? I've just realised my mic weren't plugged in.
You
No,
sound much better
worse.
now. Except you sound very, very Barry White.
Sound like you
What,
sound like
dead?
you sound like mucus white.
Yeah, you got a full.
It's like,
Hi, Mikey.
sounds like RFK in the hearings this morning.
So, Mikey, we're talking. It's the 5th anniversary of us Brexiting at 11 o'clock on the 31st of January 2020. So
I just want you to keep that in mind when you keep making your America jokes. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. No, we do. We led the way. We were like, hey, America, how about doing something even more fucking stupid so we look intelligent in comparison? So thanks for that. We appreciate it. You've always got.
I wish we would have tariffed the idea of stupid referendums.
Yes. Well,
25% extra to bring that in from overseas.
So I believe the tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and Greenland are going to kick in tomorrow. Is that the
and
plan?
China.
Oh, China. Sorry, not Greenland. China.
10% of China.
So how's that gonna work? Because aren't Teslas built in China? Aren't all iPhones built in China?
I bet they're exempt, Graham. I bet they are.
Oh,
you see, this is going to be the weird thing. It's when America starts like flexing on Greenland, and they're like, "Hang on a minute, the Danish are getting a bit uppity," and then you're gonna see something. They're gonna be the longboats.
Yeah, fucking bring the Vikings on. They've invaded North America before they could do it again. God damn it.
Yeah, we weren't here yet, so that's a bad idea. Do not bring some low to the water ass boat. We have AR-15s. That's a bad idea. One guy could clear your boat from the shoreline. Don't do it.
If Donald Trump's army does invade Greenland, then doesn't that trigger Article 5 in the NATO agreement?
Yes.
And we have to start attacking America.
I told you. I told you.
Literally does.
Circular firing squad.
They won't. They won't do it.
What's the rule? What's the rule for if it's a member of
an ally
NATO that actually attacks a member of NATO? There must be a rule for that. They must have
I think I think the wording of Article 5 is any nation attacked by any other nation, any member nation that's attacked by any other nation. So I think it could be America quite easily. It doesn't mention
does that mean we've got to fuck each other up?
What?
Whenever you want, Wayne. Whenever you want.
Up, down, over, under, whatever.
Your mission, Wayne, should you choose to accept it, is to capture Scott for the duration of the war.
You're going to have to keep him bound.
I'm bound and gagged. Please come help me.
I'm stuck, step bro.
Rescue me now, Wayne.
But I think
please,
Scott's like Princess Peach. Scott's like Princess Peach, and we just keep taking him to castle to castle. And Wayne has to come get him.
No. I'll do you one better. It'll be like the woman at the end of Double Dragon. You know, where the two brothers have to fight the boss at the end,
and then they fight each other. And then they fight each other at the end. That is a bonus. No, you knowing that. There's not a lot of people know that you have to fight each other at the end of Double Dragon.
Yep.
What a game!
Pure. That's masculinity in a cartridge.
Yes.
Stand with your brother and defeat all enemies before you. But then there is a prize, so now he must die.
We can all get the only woman on the planet.
He beat up 30 women on the way up to the boss. Like there was mad women with chains.
Exactly.
He just kicked in the face and threw off a cliff, and that was.
I had to have this one.
And the women turned up, tooled up, and you're taking a chain off them and slapping them around the head.
I mean,
sounds like a night out in Essex.
A woman with a chain sounds all right to me.
I always liked
how to handle herself.
When you crashed and you flipped over, and then the woman in the car would slap you. She'd get out and slap you in the face. Because that's what you get for attempted murder at 180 miles an hour.
And also, do you remember Streets of Rage, where you basically got you got slapped up by dominatrixes at pretty much every level.
That was awesome. I also liked Road Rash, where you used to kick the shit out of the other motorcyclists. That was boss. I always thought that would enliven up. You know when they have like motorcycle racing on the telly or Junior Kickstart or something. I always thought it'd be better if they just kick each other. That'd be brilliant.
Perfect for Junior Kickstart. That would have been
Junior
great.
Kickstart.
He's trying to get over the little bar on his
Liven it up a bit.
Someone else comes over and just boots him in the face. There you go, kid.
I feel like I see like in the MotoGP, I feel like I see the maybe more colorful, maybe Italian riders, maybe some of the very serious Japanese. I've seen them kick each other's bikes to try to knock each other over. I'm like,
there was.
Hey, that's extra points, man. You gotta jump them though.
No, there was a famous scene of Valentino Rossi kicking Marc Marquez off his bike because he was getting a little bit lively.
Yeah.
And then Marc Marquez, his old man, went to Valentino Rossi up in the paddock and wanted to have a tear up with him. And I was like, yeah, this is what Road Rash should have been.
Well, I went to see an ice hockey match last month when I was in Canada, and I've been to one before.
How'd you like it?
Oh, it was fun. It was really fun, but I love the fact that it's like a part of this team strategy to wind the players up of the other team, so they punch you. So then they get taken off into the sin bin for a few minutes, and the other team managed to get 2 players sent off at the same time. And it was the Maple Leafs, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
What are you talking?
Straight in there with 2 goals. They scored 2 goals. We're like waiting for a goal the whole match. It's like, hey, they're down to like fucking 2 men now. Quick, let's take them. It was great.
Yeah.
Part of the strategy. Wind them up. Make your mama jokes.
No, they would never intentionally start a look. Just because
ice hockey, you kidding me?
Just because his mother is a fur seal doesn't mean I shouldn't tell him. I mean, that's just he needs to know this stuff.
Graham, did you not have NHL 95 on the Mega Drive?
Oh, that was the best.
Okay.
Genesis.
You know what? I'm starting to see the common denominator here. So when it was the 4 of us last week and Wayne wasn't here, we had a conversation about politics. Wayne is the problem.
He's the social.
He's the one
brings the social.
that gets us off track, starts talking about video games and fucking Star Wars and all of that geekery, right?
Yeah.
Which is great for the audience. They love
I
all
hate
that
it.
shit.
I hate all that stuff.
I love it.
It's
I
all
love it.
bad.
Don't get me wrong. I love it. But
Wayne,
oh my God.
Wayne never reads the briefing notes.
No, he doesn't give
Scott,
a shit. He just comes in and goes, do you remember that game back in 1995? Do you know what I mean? When I had an Atari.
It's like there's 2 Waynes in here. I close my eyes and there's 2 Waynes. Holy shit.
I love the fact Scott's giving me all this fucking heat when Mike is literally packing heat under his desk right now. He can stop.
How the hell did you know that?
I don't think he's referring to your gun, mate. He's talking about something else. Anyway,
how the hell did you know that?
Hands above the bottom line of the video there, Mike.
Everyone's hands.
He's playing a frigging game as he's talking to us.
Hey, Scott, I have ADHD, and if I don't have something to distract me, I will take over every single one of these conversations and make an ass of myself.
It's actually he's controlling Wayne. The reason he's got the controller is he actually controls Wayne.
I just died fucking doing that. Stop distracting me.
Oh, sorry we distracted your game.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
So talking about you said fucking stars, didn't you? Something, Wayne? No, Scott. You were talking about fucking stars. Have you ever slept with a famous person? If so, who?
Wayne.
Ugh.
Oh no, Mike's got a story. I can tell by the way he said that. Mike, go on, dish the
Mike's got a story. He cannot tell. Definitely cannot tell.
Go on, hint.
I have not.
Okay, don't tell us who it was, but tell us what happened.
Celebrity note.
No, I just know because there would be clues as I progress through the non-stories. So just safe to say there is an anecdote to be had in a pub and not on a YouTube channel.
I slept with somebody in a very, very famous person's flat.
Oh wow, that's very cool.
Because that guy was very good friends with the
Famous
celebrity, right? And I remember I went. We had been chatting online for like years, and we finally decided to meet up. So he's just broken up with his boyfriend. He's living at his friend's house, who happens to be on tour in America. Right?
What's
This
his
is
name?
how
What's his name?
famous.
Stop it.
Absolutely not. This is how famous that person is.
Michael Barrymore.
And, yeah, no, it's not Michael Barrymore.
No, I knew you was gonna fucking say that.
No, someone just put that in the chat. Lee Corn just put that in the chat. Lee, you naughty man. You naughty man.
No.
Wow.
And the only clue I'll ever give you is that
I also get it.
the celebrity was a girl. So anyway, it still is a girl. So anyway, he invited me over, and I go in and I see a picture of pictures of this woman, and like magazine covers, things like that, and I'm like, whoever lives here is a massive fan of this woman. You know what I mean? This is crazy. Then I'm sitting at the dining room table.
What a just the wall.
I'm sitting at the dining room table, and I'm not really noticing that much. And I said, whoever lives here is obviously a massive fan of so and so, and he went, "This is her flat," and I was like, "Excuse." And there were some very famous awards in the glass cabinet.
Did you smell them?
No, because that's weird. And
what kind of awards were these?
They were awards given for excellency in
the arts,
particular arts.
And how many were there? Of
that I am not going to.
Were there? So these are Nobel Prizes, I take it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I think the sweetest thing about
Swedish.
The Swedish
There's a
thing.
Big clue.
Big
that
clue.
person is the person.
Nobel Prizes are Swedish, so yeah.
Anyway,
the Swedish thing about the Nobel Prizes.
Me and Mikey are getting full on Columbo here.
Yeah, you're not
Wait,
going to
just one more question.
Just one more thing.
Anyway, I thought the sweetest thing actually was the person. We went in the kitchen, got a drink, and that
You got a kitchen, okay?
Yeah, well, of course they have a kitchen. They had all the letters that children had written them on the refrigerator, which I thought was just so sweet.
Write that down.
So sweet. No, this is a very huge star. So,
It's not Michael Jackson.
I know who it is now. I'm not going to say, but I definitely know who it is. Right, Henrietta, thank you very much for the super chat. £20 super chat. Thank you so much. I have a lot of love for Diane Abbott after she helped my brother out with his pregnant wife in elevators. Is that not what you call populism? People front and center. Yeah, it should be. It absolutely should be. And like this is what we should be getting back to. And it's interesting that a lot of the sort of Republican, the Democrats who I actually have some, still have a little bit of respect for, like AOC, who are talking about this, talking about community and how important it is for people to help each other in the everyday.
If I can, Graham.
Go on, what did AOC do? Go on, ruin it forever.
No. It's just your labeling of things is wrong. Like, she's part of the Democrats, but she's a squad member and a progressive. You know what I mean? So I think you got to start like adding the tag of like, or just maybe just going by their ideology, because Democrat instantly means Nancy Pelosi. And
to you, maybe, but I mean, she's part of the Democrat Party, isn't she?
Yeah, but she's not in control of anything because she's a junior member. But she's a leading voice for the progressives and the squad. You know what I mean? So it's like,
do you think it's
constantly referring to every part of your city as the UK versus where you're, you know what I mean? Like it's
it's like it used to be with the Republicans. But nowadays they're pretty much all MAGA fans, aren't they? But I wonder with AOC whether she's carving out the same sort of position as Trump, or it's about her and not the party politics, essentially. Yeah. Which would be a good thing if she does that, I think.
It's this. There's underneath the big tent of the Democrats, there's like the liberals, which is like the Nancy Pelosi's and like the establishment Democrat people who have been there forever, and they're all in their 70s. And then you have the independents and the progressives and all that stuff, who caucus with Democrats because the machine is so big and there's no other way. You know what I mean?
It's the same. It's the same here, though, Mikey. The Labour Party's,
it's
big
a very
umbrella.
broad church. It is.
Good show that.
Yeah.
The Tory Party's quite a narrow umbrella, and it's got wanker written on the top of the umbrella. But
yeah, but
and then refuck.
That's why I find it unhelpful when people just accuse Labour of being shit in general, and it's like, well, individuals in Labour might be shit, but then there's some individuals in Labour who are fantastic.
Yeah, but you kind of did the same thing yourself there by trying to individualize some person that sits under a
because she's a member, and it's not just that she votes Democrat. She's a member of the Democrat Party. So I'm saying, of the ones of the party that I still have respect for, so individualizing them in that respect, then I think that she's got some good ideas. I don't know if she'll ever get enough people on side to make her president. I don't know if that's possible. I'd like to think it is, but I
optimistically think it is possible.
That's why I keep reminding you that there is an option that people leave the Democratic Party because it doesn't do anything except to lose to Republicans.
Trouble is, Mikey,
it was the
same argument,
and it's the progressives and the
take over the Democrat Party, like what Trump has done. He
because
didn't start his own party.
In fact, he tried to run,
didn't he, in like 2000, but he didn't get anywhere. Once he went into the Republicans and he changed the party into his image. So if AOC and her mates can do that with the Democrats,
the Republicans sold out for money and bullying. We don't have any money, right? And we're not bullies because it's
Nancy
against
Pelosi was interviewed the other day saying, there's good billionaires and bad billionaires. The good billionaires put money in the Democrat Party.
Pelosi is just the worst Democrat ever.
I think I told you guys already. She ran a smear campaign against a candidate that I had on one of my podcasts, called him a pedophile and everything, and then retracted it later. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, Mikey,
but the damage had been done. So
you sort of set this up as we're against you on this, and we're not. I mean, we understand this. It's exactly how the Labour Party works. Exactly how the Labour Party works.
There's some absolute wankers in Labour, like fucking Wes Streeting, who's doing everyone's head in at the moment. But then you've got Dawn Butler in that party. You got Diane Abbott. You got people who are like old school socialists in that party. And sometimes the left of the party take over, sometimes the right of the party take over. But I think that the people in Labour and the people in the Democrats understand you're not going to get anywhere starting a breakaway party and expect to ever get into power. It's just not realistic.
They literally financed
to change what you're in.
They financed a genocide and then lied about a failing president's brain capacity. What are we supposed to build off of that? It is
something much better.
It is cheaper and more. Dude, they have entrenched themselves in rules and regulations and lots of money now to make sure that no one can run. That means that no one can run against them. Everyone was literally protesting every day.
Okay.
Please stop. And the Democrats would not listen to.
So change the party from within. That's my point.
Yeah.
That the whole thing set up, the apparatus is set up. You've got people who are in this country are Labour for life. They're not interested in politics. Their parents were Labour, their grandparents were Labour. They will always vote Labour. They don't even read the newspapers. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They just vote for Labour. And that's your base. That's like 10% of the population right there that will always get your vote if you have
that
Labour
is not
next to you on
that
the
is
ballot
not here.
sheet.
That is not here.
What, you don't think there's people who are Democrats who pass that on to their kids?
So think of this.
Like hepatitis?
All of the people who got snubbed last election.
Fuck off, guy.
He's just glitching in and out, cackling. So all the people who had an issue with Gaza, right? That's one group. All of the black people who think that everyone's fine with the racism that's going on and the fact that we haven't had any police reform. Everybody who wanted border reform and immigration reform. All the people who wanted to go after the like there are millions and millions of people who wanted something to get fixed. Some got bamboozled into going for Trump, and all the rest of them said, all right, I voted for you, and that got me literally nothing.
Yes.
And you did literally nothing last time. So it can't be this ongoing, give them the benefit of the doubt, because there's enough people
I'm not asking
who have
for
been
that.
snubbed. There's enough people who have been snubbed to actually get progressive values back into government.
I'm not talking about the
voters.
Election, I'm talking about the party itself. All right, I'm not saying to the voters need to wake up or something like that. The party needs to change, and AOC will be able to do that within the party a lot more effectively than she ever could if she wasn't part of it.
They just voted she can't be the what's it called? Like, they don't want her in there. Yes, that's what everyone. That's what I'm trying to tell you,
Mikey. In our general election,
hold on a second. You keep wanting us.
It'd be nice if we could all contribute to this conversation, Mike.
Well, I'm getting asked something from one person, then you guys talk over each other to answer the other person. So go ahead, and then I'll wait.
Well, no, my point is just that the Labour Party was taken over by Corbyn and swung violently off to the left, completely different position to where it was before. And now it's swung back towards wherever Keir Starmer sits in the party. A number of people in the last general election did break off and were elected to Parliament on the basis of stopping the genocide in Gaza. That didn't get them anywhere because there's 7 MPs that stood for that. Half of the Labour Party left and went to the Green Party. That didn't get them anywhere because that got them 4 MPs. It doesn't get you anywhere to split parties off in a 2-party system. And your country is so much a 2-party system. At least we do have 3rd and 4th parties that stand some chance of influencing policy in this country. Yeah. But it's the only practical solution to American politics is either completely change that system, and you're not going to do that by standing in the streets of Washington overnight waving banners at people. It's just not going to happen that way, basically, because Trump's got his teeth into everything at the moment.
The straw manning is so strange. So strange. Have you seen that? Have you seen that somewhere? No one's out there waving around signs saying, let's start a third party. Like, let's start a third party. Like, what even is that? Like, that's not what.
All right, but what's your solution then? What is your solution?
There is a third viable option that is being tested. And the fact that no one wants to talk about a third option that isn't like, what's her face? Running on the Green Party, just grifting every 4 years.
Jill
like
Stein.
I'm not talking about
Jill Stein. Yeah, Jill Stein.
Just here to collect her
money off Trump.
I don't even every 4-year check.
So how does it work, and who's in charge of it, and how are they building the infrastructure for this party to win in 4 years' time?
Well, we got to do it before the midterms.
Yeah, but who's doing it,
2 years then?
Seriously, where's the evidence that this is actually happening?
I say that there needs to be a third party, and then now your question becomes, where is your evidence that it's already happened?
No. Like, you said it was happening.
You said it was happening.
You said it was happening. Not it. It would be nice if it happened. You said it was happening. That's all I'm saying. Is we could all say it would be lovely if we had 6 different parties and we could all vote them in and out every week or something, so that we could change policy at the whim of a tweet. But that's not the practical political world we live in, is it? It's a 2-party system run by a bunch of dinosaurs on both sides, backed by millionaires. The only way, as Graham says, to do it in either case is to take over the party. And Trump has successfully taken over the Republican Party. Yeah. It's no longer the Republican Party that it was 10 years ago.
Trump's shown us the way. I never thought I'd say that.
Yeah.
He's shown us the way to fuck shit up.
This is the way.
But I do think that there is a generation of young, people who are in the Democrat Party who can change things. But the dinosaurs need to get out the way and quick. It was more to do with the Democrats losing, I think, that election than the Republicans winning it. I felt the same way in the 2019 election. No one had any real appetite for the Tories. Another 5 years of the fucking Tories with Boris Johnson at the helm. Loads of people weren't happy with Brexit. But, Labour threw away the election. Labour put themselves in a position where the leader of the party, for whatever reason, was unpalatable for the vast majority of the people who were voting in that election. And, the rest is...
I think the American reform needs to start with high court judges. It should not be a life-term appointment.
Yeah,
there should be a term limit.
But does that mean changing the Constitution? Is that in the Constitution? That
no, I don't think
it's not. No, it's not.
Oh, is it not?
No.
It also doesn't have how many you can have. You can put more in, can't you?
Yeah. They can load it up. They can load it up, and that's what they always said. as soon as you get a Democrat in there, we load it up with Democrats, and then we can sort of phase out the Republicans and all that sort of thing when they die.
I think there's definitely some little things that can be changed that would make it a little bit better. I definitely think senators and Congress people should have term limits in regards to people, like not in the sense of it seems that what was it? Isn't there I think it's actually a Democratic Congress lady who is literally has Alzheimer's and is still an elected official. You know what I mean?
She's in a care home.
She's that's ridiculous, and I think there's little things like that could be changed to get the dinosaurs out. I think maybe there should be age limit, because
100%.
Yeah, there should be like an age limit where they kind of say, hey, right, well, at 75, you're going to retire. But I understand
brought that in the UK for the House of Lords, haven't they? It's over 80 now.
No, but bruv, when you get to 65 over here, you've got to have an eye test before you can have your driving license. And that's minor.
I think I'll probably upset the motorists in the chat, but I think you should have to retake your test every few years.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's so many people out there who don't know that the fucking highway code has changed since the 1940s, and the rules are different now. But they never had to revisit that test, and it would be a bit like me trying to, do my GCSEs again. I'll be like, I use the stuff that I learned in my GCSEs, I suppose, every day, but having to do my GCSEs again, I'll probably fail them if I just did them now. I would have 100%. To revise. I'd have to look up what's changed. Oh shit! And a test that I did over 30 years ago, it's still in effect now. I think that's really stupid, and it's why there's so many shit drivers on the road. To be honest with
you, let's ask an honest question of everyone here. If you was to ask to be do your driving test again today, do you think you'd pass?
Yes.
No, because I don't have a driver's license.
Okay, if you have a driving license, do you think you'll pass?
If I had one, if I got, well, I have a CBC license.
Scott's proper Essex.
I drive like Morgan Freeman in Driving Miss Daisy. Like my stepdaughters laugh at me at like how slow I drive, but I don't trust anyone on the road. And statistically speaking, I've been on so many dangerous, rickety I've driven down the road of death in bloody La Paz, coming out of the Camino de la Muerte, coming out of La Paz in Bolivia in a bus.
Plug.
They did it in Top Gear. They did it in Top Gear in little fucking cars. I did it in a bus. I wasn't driving the bus, but it was one of the most terrifying things. So statistically, at some point, something's going to happen while I am in a vehicle, and I don't want to be traveling too fast when it does.
Why were you doing that, Graham? Why were you doing that?
Because it was, at the time, it was the cheapest way to get to Ruinabaki, where I wanted to go into the Amazon basin and spend a couple of weeks in the
What was you doing that for?
Because I like traveling. I was in Bolivia. This is 2002. This is nothing to do with going to every country in the world. I did a lot of traveling. I went to 70-odd countries before I started the Odyssey expedition. I love traveling. I just love traveling. I just love it.
Yeah, no,
it's fun.
I have a CBT. I have the compulsory basic training for my bike, and I will have to retest on that in November.
Oh, really? How often do you have to do that on your bike?
Every 2 years.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. So you have to do it for a bike, which isn't really going to hurt anyone that much.
No, it's for a moped, but yeah. Up to 125 cc. Yeah.
Scott, I really hope you appreciate this. You can actually drive a Morris Minor, not a Morris Minor, a Robin Reliant on your license.
Really? Not in London, though. Not £35 a day.
No, you can.
I believe you. I'm just saying, like, now they would not be US compliant. And you know what? That's a really funny thing that's happened in America, isn't it, Mikey? Have you heard about the thing in New York where they are bringing in a congestion charge?
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, and Americans are getting very upset about it, especially the Republicans, who yeah, Trump is
Are
completely
Republicans
against
getting
it.
upset about something? No, they're always so
yeah,
fucking chill. Those guys.
I'm
like, whatever, whatever. You just live your life, man. Just have a good time.
Watching stuff, and I'm just like,
you're having a good time, then I'm having a good time. That's the Republican way.
We've had this for years. Like, we've got double charging. You know what? Here in London, they're opening up a new tunnel to go from south to north. This Silvertown tunnel.
Oh no! Don't get me.
They're charging everyone to use it, and it's unbelievable. The people that will get a discount on using it are people that are on benefits and sort of like the low income.
Who are not driving,
who don't fucking use it. So it's good, or we'll get to go through it for free on the bus because there'll be a bus that goes there through it. For the first 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, the bus will be free to use it, but eventually people have to start.
Scott, let me tell you something about the old Silvertown Lower Thames crossing. A complete fallacy, right? Because I didn't know that it was opening next month.
Yes.
Right? It's been built, it's done. Right?
Yes.
It's there. But it spits out into the same aperture as the Blackwall Tunnel. So well done, everybody.
Yeah, and it also
it
basically takes you to essentially the same place that the cable car takes you, which is nowhere, which is nothing. There's nothing there except the Excel Center.
No. Yeah, there's the Excel Center, which is probably partly why it's there. But there's a huge amount of money around there now in flats and buildings. It's the moneyed people that it's servicing.
Really,
it's one of the things my friend Jane lives in a flat overlooking the entrance to the Silverton Tunnel at the moment.
Wow.
And that whole area behind there is just so wealthy these days.
Right, I didn't realize that. But I
guess
they can.
It's one of the things that genuinely, I think, if you wanted to start a campaign against Middle Eastern money in this country, or Middle Eastern people in this country,
is it?
It would be the vast number of them that are living over near the entrance to the Silvertown Tunnel.
Well, then it won't phase them to pay £4 each
Not
way.
Not at all.
Each
and it gets
way.
them across the.
It's like it's £4 each way. So let's say if I'm going to work, right? If I'm going to work and I need to use the Silvertown Tunnel, it'll cost me £8 to get to and from work. To drive on my road taxed petrol guzzling car. So it's crazy.
Meanwhile, I can get a bus from Pitsea Broadway to Southampton for £3.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it. I know what Sadiq Khan is doing, and I get it to an extent. He wants less traffic on the roads. He wants greener London.
No, he don't.
That's what he wants. That's literally what he wants. But people really were really upset about ULEZ. They still are. People are still tearing down cameras in my area. But they don't tear down the cameras. They literally tear down the whole traffic light.
Yeah.
And so we still have that going on. Even though 90% of Londoners it didn't affect. But this now, when we're starting to toll the roads in London, I think he's going to really push it now. I think this is probably going to be his last term.
I get what he's trying to do, because he's doing it for the residents of London, and it's the people that come into London that cause the grief, right?
Like migrants, you racist bastard.
He means the suburbs. He means the suburbs.
No, are you going on about immigration? A typical Tory voter. It's obsessed.
I know, so racist.
All these trans migrants coming over here and waking you up in the middle of the night and going woo
again.
Well, it's the armless black lesbians that are bringing down planes in America, right?
Yeah. But by the way, that's my story of the day. That's my story today. I'm coming with that. But
we haven't touched on that yet, though, have we?
No, it's
I'm saying we haven't touched on that story yet.
No, but I know Graham is going to circle back to it.
Oh, am I?
Make us...
Am I in charge here? News to me.
Funny that.
But yeah,
the plane crash stuff is
we've got derailed talking about. We see this is why you should then bring up cars. This is why James O'Brien doesn't talk about cars on his radio show because he knows everyone after.
What would be the quickest route to get to the new tunnel from the A12, Wayne? Do you reckon? I mean, I'd go A11 maybe. Anyway, let's not do cars. Just not do cars.
I-13 Canning flyover, and then you bang in.
Mornington Crescent.
There you go. Well,
so
welcome
Graham.
to all the locals.
Hi, it is the Daily Blasey.
Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Not bad yourselves.
Nice to have you.
Yeah, we're good, thank you.
What's going on? What's going on, Potal?
Well, you know, just shuffling on. Oh, the only thing that's been going on is me having to mess about with it. He sorts out my repeated prescriptions, either by the doctor or by my app that sorts out my repeated prescriptions. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's a mess, isn't it?
Oh, tell me about it. Oh, I went down to the doctor's.
Get the app.
I've got an app. It's either Airmid or whatever. And then I've got me order to say, "Oh, you've got your repeat prescription." This was just after Christmas, just before New Year. And then, I ordered it, got it, no problems. And then all of a sudden, it said on my app, your repeat prescriptions stopped. And I thought, this is for hypertension and blood pressure. Okay, so I'm going on my app saying, you must organise a repeat prescription with your doctor. So, right then. So after about, I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday, I went down, and to be fair to the receptionist, she were about as much use as a fart in a lift, but. Yeah. Oh, she was. She said, I've noticed it says on here your next prescription is due on October 2025. And I'm thinking, yes. I was saying, yes, I've about 6 days left of my medication left. Oh, well, you'll have to wait till October 2025. Okay. Practically, that's what she said. Well, anyway, today, I went down again, and my wife said, "This time I'm coming down with you." I thought, oh dear, they're going to get it now. When my wife's on the warpath, they're in trouble.
Fair play. Fair play.
Yeah. So anyway, went down.
Just sit back, put your hands up.
We've noticed we've made a bit.
Sorry, the sound went off there, guys. Sorry about that. That was my fault.
Anyway, no worries. Missed a bit of that. So in the end up, I managed to ring them up, and they got it sorted. So I'm getting it.
It's the tip of a big problem that I've been looking into, which is that there are something like 6 different apps being used across the country by different GP practices, and they don't all communicate with each other. Yeah. And they're all done on individual contracts with the GP, which is a separate limited company in most cases. So Peter Kyle's been looking into trying to get the app to be a unified app created by the government instead, and trying to get out of a number of these contracts. Some of them are 25-year contracts to run that app.
Jesus.
And what they do, they walk into a GP
25
practice.
years for an app? We're not going to have phones in 25 years' time.
They sign them up, and for the first 5 years, it costs guaranteed £10 a month less than the subscription service they're currently paying, basically. And then after 5 years, it doubles and then doubles again and then doubles again. It's a massive problem.
25 years is a government minimum when it comes to contracts. And that's why so many...
literally, I'm under 2 cancer consultants at the hospital, and they are literally 400 yards apart, their offices, and they don't use the same system within the hospital to communicate with me.
That's
so
a joke.
It's ridiculous. It's just
a joke.
What we should use Windows 95.
Yeah, in most cases. But it's one of the issues really is that various governments have just shoved those decisions into the hands of consultants. Yeah. And these consultants are medical professionals, not IT specialists, not business managers. They don't understand how to look at a 25-year contract and realize that might be a nightmare.
Yeah.
But Mike, that's the same as the arena that I work in, because
Wayne, your internet's gone. Give it a second.
I've never known anyone with such horrendous internet connection in the last 10 years. Like,
it's Essex.
How is it like this for you all the time? You had this corrected like 3 or 4 months ago, and now you're still bumming Wi-Fi off your neighbor.
God, can you imagine Scott and Wayne as a couple?
It's crazy to me, Wayne. It's crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. What is going on? Is your modem not working at the moment?
No.
So you're using your phone.
I'm using my phone.
Can I get you can I buy you a gift gaff card that actually gives you a decent sort of 4G or even 5G internet?
My modem is right there. It's just
what's wrong with it?
It's not on. It's not connected. He's running off his phone.
Not connected.
He's got a hotspot.
I'm on my phone.
Sorry. Were you not able to pay the bill?
Yeah.
Do you need help?
Always. Bruv, I'm skint.
Yeah, I appreciate that the household internet's pretty expensive, but I'll sort you out, mate, for like mobile phone internet. That's halfway decent. Like, what network are you on? Can we slut shame them?
This is O2.
O2, you're fucking shite, mate. There you go. You heard it.
Oh dear.
On Politics Social live, and you can
another
see
sponsor we've lost.
Yeah, another sponsor we lost. But unfortunately, GIFGAF run on the O2 network, so they're not going to be any use to you.
They'll kind of fucking...
Does Talk do the same?
Parachute on them. Yes, Talk is
yeah. My mum had problems with Talk. Even she said they were shite.
Well, what do your neighbours... Does anyone have, like, Vodafone? Your neighbours and that? Do they have Vodafone or EE or something that works better?
No, the neighbors are literally running off AOL dial-up at this rate. You know what I mean?
Like, my neighbors don't even know what internet is.
Literally,
maybe Wayne isn't actually there in the way that we think he's there.
He doesn't have any neighbors.
Maybe
nobody around him.
Has anyone considered that we might be talking to Wayne from 20 years ago? That he might actually be using the internet in 2005, and that's why it's chonky.
That's exactly.
We've discovered an internet wormhole, and we're communicating with Wayne in 2007.
There was an experiment, wasn't there, in South Africa where they tried to send a bloody big file, like a few gigabytes, via the internet from like I don't know Durban up to Pretoria or something. And they also sent a carrier pigeon at the same time with a USB stick attached to it. And not a USB.
Pigeon got there first.
It's a tiny memory card, like a little memory thing. And the pigeon got there before the file uploaded.
If any of you get a massive blue fist turning up in your screen doing that, nothing to do with me.
I don't understand.
Sounds like a threat.
Well, at least it's on my screen.
Is someone being fisted by Dr. Manhattan? What is even happening right now? What's going on? Why is Wayne threatening us with a fisting?
If we're talking to Wayne in 2007, we genuinely should be trying to get him to do something about Brexit.
Yeah.
Yes, Wayne.
Yeah.
Don't
vote on your shoulders, Wayne.
Yeah.
Don't vote Tory. Your future self will vote Tory. We're telling you not to.
Do you know
we have
what?
it on very good authority. Very good authority. You will vote for a Tory.
This should be a proper good
We've roasted the fuck out of you tonight.
Wayne,
and you can't reply.
Wayne,
and he can't reply because all his replies are
Hang on, Darian in the chat has just dropped £30. Thank you so much into super chat
for
Wayne
Wayne's
for you
internet.
to buy Wayne a better internet connection. There you go.
There it is.
Seriously,
Because people
you can
want
get
to hear what you have to
decent SIM
say.
card for like £10 a month. That'll do you for 3 months.
Graham,
Sort
I
it.
expect that to be dropping into my inbox right now.
Okay, but I don't want a big blue fist. What can I say? It's just not my cup of tea.
Well, tell that to Scott.
Graham only likes about 2 or 3 fingers.
Yeah, I know. Anything more than that, it starts to burn.
it's a bit of...
Yeah.
Here we go.
If you can open the hand.
I hope my mum's not watching this.
Well, let me just slide this coffee away from me.
Someone's colon's gonna get us some right.
I'm getting told off in the chat for lowering the tone, apparently. Oh, how could it be lowered anymore? Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about politics, aren't we?
Yeah,
has Trump done anything
Nazis.
this week? He's put tariffs
Nazis.
on fucking Canada and Mexico.
And
25%.
he's blamed
10%
the
on-
black armless lesbians for the plane crash.
No, it was the DEI. The DEI,
Yes.
which is a bit like the FBI. They set up the house and they stop you doing things that you want to do. It's the DEI. Sorry, did you want to live your life the way you wanted to live your life? No, we're going to stop
No,
that.
we don't like that. We need you to be
We are the DEI.
white. We need you to be white and straight because
privately
white straight people are persecuted and don't get jobs.
They're persecuted.
Absolutely insane.
Yes.
I
once met someone-
insanity of that.
This is going to sound awful because probably some people have been, racially, not racially, that's the wrong word, have been prejudiced against in India for not being Hindu in recent years. But when I went to India once in 2002, I remember talking to a Christian American, a white Christian American who was in India, and he told me with a straight face that Christians were being oppressed. And I was just looking around going,
Yeah.
What?
Absolutely unreal.
Just
It's unreal.
But he was convinced he was the one being oppressed, a white man in someone else's country trying to tell them all to be Christians, and he was being the oppressor. He was being oppressed, not the people he was telling to be.
It's very clever, this narrative that's been spun by the Republicans. This whole DEI is some sort of reverse racism.
Yes.
Which is just so ridiculous. And what Trump said yesterday, I mean, it's not surprising, but it was in such bad taste.
Yes.
It was just not presidential in any way, shape, or form.
Well, he isn't presidential, is he?
I know.
But that's
I know.
why
Well,
his fan base like him.
I know, but
because he's like them, isn't he? He just speculates on minute one. It's like the Southport murders. It's like everything. They've got an instant trolley solution to what the problem is that fits their narrative, and you just don't expect a president to be doing that. I am
really interested to hear what Mikey has to say about it, and he's gone into video game world. I think we upset him.
Mikey, we're sorry.
My opinion wasn't wanted, so I shut up.
Your opinion was wanted.
Your opinion
Not
is
true.
always wanted.
Not true.
We would like
Not
to know how things have gone down in America over the crash. Because what I want to know is anyone blaming Trump over there?
Yeah.
Like in the news, what's happening?
Well, what does the news mean right now? You know what I mean? Like I keep trying to reframe things in a way that's more
social.
In a way that's more helpful than just saying the news media, because at this point, no one trusts anything anymore. So as far as like the social media goes, I think a lot of the leftist stuff is definitely calling out him firing or having Elon Musk bully the chief of the FAA out of his position. Yeah. They had one person doing the helicopters and the planes. That is a direct result of him threatening people's jobs and all. Like that is his plane crash. He is responsible for that.
Yeah,
and
Trump is responsible.
Mm-hmm.
And President Musk as well.
His meddling has caused deaths, and everybody's not unaware of that. I haven't heard a single Fox News or anybody try to justify what he said.
Oh, really?
Because they know it's wrong. They know that's fuck. They know
haven't
that
finished.
like,
they haven't finished finding the people yet. Sorry, Mike.
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like there's still like dragging little kids out of a fucking frozen river, and this dude's blaming black people. Like, dude, even they are like, what the fuck? Like crazy.
I'm glad that
Crazy.
you're saying that, like that even the people on his side are like, that's a bit much.
Because the thing is, these people haven't even been like, you know what I'm saying? Like they haven't even been buried yet. And like he's used to this tabloid, true social way of just expressing himself 24/7.
Reactionary shit.
These are little kids, dude. You know what I mean? Like these have like they have parents. You know, people are on that helicopter too. Like they have parents and family. He doesn't give a shit. And it doesn't, it's a bad look. And I don't think it's going over the way he wants it to, but he doesn't really care. Yeah, like him fucking up the federal funding like that, he doesn't care.
No.
And so the leopards are starting to eat faces.
I mean, he literally took it a step further or his staff did, and just decided to draft up some executive order saying that something is someone's fault, which I don't think you can really do. That doesn't mean anything. Like, you know what I mean?
King.
But the way it's
framed
the king making
proclamations,
are
the
we
Pope
going
making papal bulls?
Yeah, are we going? We need to investigate whether the reason for this crash is DEI, and it's
because I said it already.
Joke.
We got a super chat in just before we go on. We got a super chat coming from Simon J. Wobble. Thank you so much, Simon, for that. If pro is the opposite of con, is Congress the opposite of progress? See what we did there. I think the conservatives are well named, aren't they?
Yeah, well, 100%.
Brigands.
And the Republican Party, as I like to call them, since they're all a bunch of fucking rapists, and they're going to they've put a rapist in charge of the Department of Defense.
Yeah,
well done.
Okay, I'm just glad I think it's demonetized.
Has RFK been appointed properly now?
No, not yet. But he's had his first hearing, and it went down.
It was terrible,
as bad as you could. Just as bad as.
And there was the other guy as well, the one that for the head of the FBI, who blatantly said that the FBI headquarters should be shut down and turned into a museum of the deep state. And then when they literally asked him, did he say that? He went no, and it's like, well, I literally have a video of you saying that, so Yeah. I mean,
RFK did that so many times where they said, "Did you say this?" And he's like, "I can't remember.
I don't remember. I didn't say that." Well, literally have a video of you saying that. Yeah, he didn't look right at all. Actually,
to listen to him.
It's funny how he's supposed to be the health secretary or whatever it's called, and he didn't look well himself.
Yeah.
He's so full of so many weird ass fucking internet pills, and then he wants to fucking, you know what I'm saying, tell everybody.
But he's
taking super male vitality and all this other bullshit.
I don't understand. I don't understand why there isn't someone on the left in America who's a fucking pit bull. Who's going on the TV and calling them rape publicans to their face and saying, "You fucking love rape, you do. You're all a bunch of fucking pedos," and all this kind of giving them the evidence of all the things.
So when I
enable people to rape children.
So when I asked you about what did you mean by the media, this is what I'm saying. They don't invite anybody on there that isn't bought and paid for already. That's why everybody who had any kind of conscience is on YouTube now.
Okay, I don't see any YouTubers do that. I see YouTubers on Midas Touch going, "Oh, Trump's over. He's been blown up. He's been destroyed. He's been destroyed by a Death Star. He's not coming back from this." And
he comes back
and it's like, oh, he meant to say Bobby, but he said Billy instead. And that's the fucking video. I'm like, what? I thought you said he was destroyed. Stop getting me hopes up, Midas Touch. David Bachman.
That's part of the trouble, isn't it? There's so much reactionary stuff.
So there you go. That is an example of democratic liberal media. That is not progressive media. I don't think it is a victory that despite all of his foibles, Joe Biden answered some questions. You know what I mean? Like, that's their way of messaging things. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Democrats and progressives, not the same anymore.
Okay,
like, they have betrayed the people.
Is there anyone out there in America like who is the left-wing equivalent of someone like Joe Rogan or something like that? There doesn't seem to be anyone.
Why would we want
John
to have
Stewart?
that?
John Stewart.
Why would we want
We're not
to
talking about someone
why
being
is
Joe Rogan. We're
why
talking
is Joe
about
Rogan
wanting.
famous?
No, we're not talking about Joe Rogan as his personality or anything like that. We're talking in the sense of someone who is as big and has a platform like Joe Rogan, who's on the left.
Has the clout.
Has that clout, yeah. We're not saying is Joe Rogan. We want the Democratic version of the success that Joe Rogan has.
Yeah.
Why would you want that? Joe Rogan is an idiot.
Get food to people.
Who
We're not talking about his personality.
You're not listening to me. He's an idiot who sells being an idiot. He just spreads idiocy as he goes. That's why he's popular, because people are lazy and dumb. We will never get what he has because we're not lazy and dumb. We have nuance and facts and things that hurt your feelings that are uncomfortable to think about. That's hard to sell. And the thing is, you don't need to sell them on the personality of the person to like, get the fucking work done. You know what I mean? Like, we can't get into this game where we start playing with like taking their terms and playing on their terms.
Yeah.
No, we change the game back to what the game is supposed to be. This social media politics is not the way. If anything, I don't understand why there wasn't a YouTube channel for Kamala Harris where she had a fucking town hall every week.
Yes.
She should be doing it right now.
Yes.
She could be doing it right now.
Labor should be doing it. Labor should be doing it,
town hall
Mikey.
on Zoom right now.
I'm not
all of them should be doing that every fucking week.
Yes.
So the
100%.
so I hear what you're saying about like they want us to have like a counter to him, right? To get rid of that. No, we all have representatives that can make a free fucking YouTube channel and talk to their goddamn people. Do that part.
Too busy
But
voting
you
people.
need that clout. You need that internet clout.
No, you need both. I think you're both right. I think Mikey is completely right.
Yes.
Labour and
I agree.
The Dems should be doing that. But also, I'm just saying, I'm amazed that there isn't someone on the left who has got the sort of popularity, and not the personality, but the popularity of Joe Rogan. Has different guests coming on each week, but it's a left-wing slant. And they can have right-wingers on.
Joe Rogan doesn't really do politics. It's only in the last year that.
He leans into
it. I get where he comes from and all of that, but most of the things he's talking about is Graham Hancock. Those are his popular videos, the stuff about aliens building pyramids, you know. And the thing with Joe Rogan,
flat Earth, and then all this anti-vax shit. Like, we don't want to.
The reason we can't replicate.
That's why it's that way.
As Mikey says, the reason you can't replicate it is that Joe Rogan makes his audience feel smart. Because he's basically the idiot in the room who's learning from Graham Hancock, the amazing archaeological scientist.
Allegedly, Dave drinking his own wee.
Yeah.
Do you know he got a show on Netflix? Joe commissioned the show that he did for Netflix. Wasn't it his son?
A scientist.
His son, was it, who commissioned?
Yeah.
He's not even a scientist.
Just a guy who enjoys the taste. It's sterile and I like the taste.
No, but you got comedians on the left. Like, there's no right-wing comedians who are actually funny. So if you had a left-wing comedian, but even I was thinking about like Sangeeta Maiska over here in the UK. Like, why isn't she just? I don't know. I'll probably get a message to her through one of our mutuals. But like, I think she should be doing shows on YouTube.
But don't the late night
really well,
Mikey? How much do the late night hosts have influence anymore? You know, the Seth Meyers and
people watch the clips. People watch the clips on YouTube.
They're watching the clips on YouTube.
No one has cable anymore. No one can afford it.
Because collectively they've got the same kind of clout as Rogan, I would have thought.
Rogan's different, and that's why Rogan's bad on like a Godzilla level. Like, he's kaiju level bad. Because that deal with Spotify puts him literally in the hand of the planet. Everyone has Spotify. There's a free version. You just listen with ads. Like, he is getting out there to all of these people because Spotify looked at the weird conspiracy theory dude who gets all these millions and millions of clicks. Yo, we got to get him on. And that's when they were just starting to like do these exclusive deals with people. So they capitalized on the YouTube phenomenon, and then that blew up. I mean, that was gasoline to the fire as soon as he decided, you know what, I will get into politics. You know what, I will go for Trump. You know what I mean? Like, all of that happened at the same time. Again, it was a bunch of tinfoil hat shit. And that's what, it was funny. You know what I mean? No one really took him seriously.
Mikey, the Durham Cathedral here in Durham is fucking amazing. Like, and it was built like 900 years ago. And it was, I think,
by aliens,
Chichen Itza, which apparently is built by aliens because brown people can't make anything out of rocks and stones and shit. But I've never heard anyone claim that Durham Cathedral was made by aliens. It's funny that, isn't it? It's almost as though there's some kind of like underlying racism to all this conspiracy theory shit.
Look, Durham Cathedral was built by King Arthur. We all know that.
I've got a UK based lefty proposal.
What do you know about being on the left?
Hand Dawn. Sorry, Wayne. Go on before you're so rudely interrupted there.
Sorry, I got a microphone now. I need to use it.
Shots fired.
And I look at you with look at you with something cylindrical in front of your face. Not the first time, is it?
Oh dear! Oh no!
Wow!
I'm impressed. Wow!
If I did that, I get lockjaw.
But do it for a long period of time, I do.
To be fair, mine's a Yeti. I ain't breaking my jaw for that one.
Yeah, exactly.
If I can translate, he says he has a Yeti microphone, and that would just be a no-go for him.
Yetiist.
But yes, my point is Frankie Boyle.
Yes.
Oh, I agree, but he's too sweary for the, the center, isn't he? He's just
Who is the center?
I'm talking about in this country. Oh,
fuck it, swear, call everyone cunts. Fuck it.
He wouldn't go down in America for a start because he's way too sweary.
I think you're right. I think you're both right. Again, we can have more than one. We can have someone who attracts an audience who likes people who swear all the time, Wayne. And then you'd have people who want to have something a bit more political, someone who prefers talking, because I'd rather watch a scientist talk to someone who sort of knows what they're talking about, but has a bit of riz. Do you know what I mean? Rather than
yeah.
I don't want to watch him talking to Joe fucking Rogan. I feel it's really sad that people like Brian Cox feel obliged to go on the Joe Rogan show just
Why does he never stop smiling?
I don't know.
It makes me so fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's always smile all the time.
He's got a slight smile at all.
He's got extra molars in the back of his mouth.
Yeah,
pushes it forward.
He's got a very soft Manchester accent. He just likes to talk about. And then that will be the last.
Stop smiling at me.
Isn't it amazing? It's amazing. The universe.
I love the way he talks, guys. He sends me to sleep. I love it.
I can just see him smiling.
Is that your ASMR? Is that your ASMR?
He presented a show about 10 years ago for the BBC. And he had this technique where he wouldn't look at the camera while he was presenting to the camera.
Yes.
He would look off to one side, so it looked like he was doing an interview and he was talking to someone, but you never saw the reverse angle. You never knew who he was talking to. And I didn't understand why they did it that way.
But the thing is, Gray, he was always looking at like a green screen, and there was like a
galaxy spinning
time lapse.
Yeah,
like,
that's literally that.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
I went to see him do a talk in the Brighton Dome, and he had this amazing screen behind him that was driven by Unity games engine. So as he was talking about the universe, this massive model of the universe would move around to the areas that he was pointing to. Wow. Incredible.
That sounds very
I'm
cool.
sure it was probably a really good show. I mean, he's clearly an intelligent
the real value, and that's where the Joe Rogan idiot in the room bit is basically, was Robin Ince was in this stage show, and Robin's entire job was to come on just before the interval and let us all breathe by just going, he's a fucking know-it-all, isn't he? Basically, we all kind of went, oh, thank God for that. Not one of us was following what he was talking. Once he got into white holes coming out of black holes, we're all like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on.
Well, Horizon, the BBC Two show, which is fucking fantastic in the 80s and 90s. I think that really went off the rails. They did a couple of episods with Alan Davis from QI, and he was the presenter on it. And do you know what? Like, when I watch Diane Morgan do Philomena Kunk, it always reminds me of those shows because he asked the stupidest fucking questions, and it annoyed me because I was like, no, this is Horizon. This is not the Horizon format. I don't want to watch an idiot being educated. You know,
they destroyed it by doing that.
Yeah, you want someone who's educated.
Do they make Horizon anymore, or has it gone the way of Equinox?
No. It's back. Yeah,
and if you go back and watch the old ones, because on the BBC archive they've still got the old ones. So there's a great Horizon 2-parter with Richard Feynman, and it's literally just an interview with Richard Feynman and a voiceover.
Wow.
And then pictures of his whiteboard or his chalkboard in New York, and it's compelling viewing. You don't need, you didn't need Frankie Howard to pop up and go, black holes.
Yeah, Mike, it was so well written. It was written like a whodunit. Yeah. It was like this was the question they were trying to answer, and this is the way that they went about answering that question. This is the way they solved the murder effectively, and then at the end of it, you're like, I get, and they didn't.
I think I understand both the people and the problem.
Basically. Yeah, they didn't patronize you. They just went, okay, here's and there's a show called what's the YouTube show? It's got an American presenter, begins with V. Veritasium. Veritasium, is that it? And they do that. Reminds me of quite a lot of the old.
He's Australian.
Shows.
He's Australian, but based in London as well.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
They produced
He's
got
a weird accent.
We imported one back
in London. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're not
he gets a lot wrong. He was a
before I
big
forget,
fan of Elon Musk's tunnels, basically.
Was he?
Mike, what?
Before I forget, Wayne, a friend of ours learned general relativity from Feynman.
Wow.
Do you remember who it is?
No, you're going to remind me right now, though.
Landon.
Seriously?
Landon Kurt Knoll, great friend of the show. He wants to come back on.
He was in his class.
Oh, that lovely guy that was on.
Wow.
Yeah, so at the Bin podcast, we tend to have like actual people that know stuff, not just us usual mobs that
Graham was an anomaly.
What did I do?
You just turned up, bruv.
I'm looking up.
Incidentally,
Derek I never knew his name was Derek, and he's born in Victoria, Australia.
But I'm just
on the Frankie Boyle front, just very quickly, just a plug. Have you listened to his podcast? Here Comes the Guillotine.
Yes,
just awesome podcast.
It's just beautiful, and it's people like that we need to be in the forefront of our politics.
So for the presenter of Veritasium, what a stupid fucking name. His nationality's down as Australian, Canadian, American, and South African. There you go. Representing. He's like all the foreign troops all in one.
DEI placement.
I'm sitting there thinking
every white person ever.
Representing the whites.
He's literally the Caucasian, the Caucasian of Caucasians.
Yeah, he's the North American white.
Yeah.
Who will let the white guy speak?
And as a British person, I'm like, we conquered that. Oh, you coming back? All right, fair play.
Yeah. Well,
I'm the brown one in this.
Yeah, but I mean that there are. I really feel like if we could get some people in, I can't do anything about the US, but in the UK who are great presenters, have the riz, and we get them making YouTube videos like this, they would do really fucking well. They would do really, really well. I mean, Sangeeta, she had over, 50,000 people sign the petition for her on LBC.
Bruv, Borders would absolutely kill it.
She would kill it. She'd make $1 million a night on Superchats.
I mean, look at Mehdi Hassan. Like, Mehdi left and
Mehdi Hassan is just a legend.
And Zateo is great.
Yeah.
It happens, but Mark Lamont Hill has his own channel. It's great.
I wonder though if the UK
Don Lemon.
I was going to say the UK participants can't make as much unless you crack American YouTube. I think that's the issue. Is that it's easier to do this in the States with an American audience because of the millions involved.
But
the problem is it's the throttling though. It's the throttling that goes on in America. When it comes to sort of like people broadcasting like that, there's no one who is not in America that is like making like big waves on this kind of platform. If you're outside of America, they just absolutely throttle your feed. Absolutely throttle it.
But if you've already got a big name and people know and people can interact and write messages and stuff, I mean, if you're already a household name, I reckon you could do really, really well out of this platform.
But I mean, Hassan Piker
got to make stuff constantly.
Hassan Piker hasn't been brought up once, and he gets 40,000 views every day. Live concurrent viewers, 40,000.
Yeah.
He's international at this point. On Twitch, he is the biggest streamer.
Yeah,
I mean, Osmongold and like the rest of the little red-pilled incels, they do all right too, I guess. But like Hassan crushes it, but they won't let him anywhere because he's been labeled an anti-Semite because he doesn't want kids to get blown up. So what a horrible person. And there again go again with the media. Like there has been a shift where they literally like ABC paying that lawsuit out, them not covering the Nazi salute. Like the media is gone, dude. Like it's gone.
100%.
It's not there anymore.
It's the gatekeeper sort of mode that seems to be going on right now. We're in charge. People, still a fuckload of people get their information from the news and on the TV, and like if they're not reporting stuff, then people just will not know. But the thing is, right, they're so far gone, those Trump supporters, that even if they see that Elon Musk creep doing a Nazi salute, they just deny it. They're just like, no, that's not what I saw.
Well, and they love it. I mean, there's been a number of people in the States making TikTok videos of them doing it with their kids and stuff.
Oh my God! But they are the lowest. I'll sound like a real snob. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound like a snob.
Let's go, Scott. No, I want you to go. Let's go.
They are the stupidest of the Americans. They're the stupid ones.
Vito in the chat is saying
they're the ones left behind.
Sorry, Scott. Vito in the chat is saying Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan, alpha male nonsense. But there's no reply to that on the left of people making videos of, how to pick up women. And I know that sounds like a mad thing for the left males to do. But, how to get a girlfriend, how to get someone to actually stay with you. These creeps like Andrew Tate, they go, you turn up and you're rich and you impress them and you sleep with them. And then tell them to fuck off in the morning. But like most people don't want that. Premise. Most people want a relationship. We've been told that apparently even if you're George fucking Acosta, what's his name, George Costanza, or if you're Ross from Friends, you can pick up a new girl every night, even though you're going, I never get anywhere with women. I'm not very good at it. But like the reality is that most people who are single, they go a long time between having sex, and I think given the choice, most of us, myself included, would rather be with someone. And no one's pushing that on the left that I've seen, are saying it,
because it's gross. It's gross and sexist. That's why no one's pushing it. You're not entitled to a relationship with anybody. Mind your own fucking business and be nice to people, and maybe you'd get a fucking girlfriend.
But that's the message. That's the message, Mikey.
Just because the right is lying doesn't mean that the left needs to lie.
No, I'm not saying to lie. I'm saying this is, you're absolutely right in what you just said. Here's how you get someone. You talk to them, you're pleasant to them, you treat them with respect, You listen to what they've got to say, etc. You don't interrupt them all the time. Sorry. You know, that's something that needs to be taught to younger kids who are watching these fucking Andrew Tate videos and going, oh yeah, what you got to do is you got to neg women. You got to tell them that they're shit, and then they'll love you forever. And it's like,
so like trying to like get fucking American young males to be moral bastions through YouTube videos is a big ask. Yeah. Like they are degenerates. They are degenerates. Like they're just bad, and they don't deserve. Like women don't deserve to have to like put up with them just because like they read a couple of they watched a couple of videos and they have like some lies to remember. Well, like dude, if they can't figure out how to like be a good fucking person, then they're fucked. You know what I mean? Like that's not everybody else's fucking deal. I think
that's a bit unfair when this is the only thing they fucking see. Do you know what I mean? Like that it's the only thing being shoved down their throat. It's like old people in this country. The only thing that they know is the Daily Mail. They call it the paper. They think that it's actually got news in it, and they're brainwashed by this fucking thing. They never ever hear the alternative, and then they have a go at us because we're the ones who live in the echo chamber, apparently. Even though we live in a world where the Daily Mail fucking exists, and we have to see stupid fucking headlines every day.
And this is the thing, and this is why I didn't want to say what I said earlier, right? Is we can sit there and say they're degenerates, but unless we educate people and give them a chance and let them grow. Yeah, then no one's growing, you know, and yeah, like it kind of goes against, you know, oh, it was just dumb people doing the salute. I mean, but you could take a horse to water, right? You can't make him drink, you know, but there's no one. What Graham is saying is that if there was somebody at least out there saying it who had the same clout as Andrew Tate, right, then maybe there might be some change. Yeah. It might not be overall change.
And it won't be everyone. It won't appeal to everyone. But at the moment, there's no alternative. If you are a young man, if you are 18, 19 years old, and you go on the internet and you're desperate to get with somebody, there are no videos for you that say,
I almost guarantee, be a nice person. I almost guarantee there are. And that's the problem. I bet those guys are out there. I bet there are TikTokers making this. The problem with all of these things is about populism. And Rogan is popular because he talks about the conspiracy theories, etc. And you feel like you're clever when you listen to him. Andrew Tate is saying what these lads want to hear. You can't do that from the left and be right. You can't be correct about this and give the same kind of populist message to people. It just doesn't work. So I guarantee when we say that people aren't there, they probably are. There's probably loads of people making great videos about how to be nice to each other.
The general public don't want to hear that.
So we get a toff, we get a privately educated toff who lives in a fucking stately home and has a big fucking Bentley, and we get him to make videos called How to Be a Gentleman. There you go. That's what we do.
But that's so funny because working class people would literally go against that and say, well, I don't want to be a fucking toff. That's not me. That's not how I live. That's not.
Well, no, you could have it as a Scouser who did well. And he says, I'm now part of the aristocracy.
Well, there's your new program, Graham.
You know, if that wasn't going to be popular, then everyone would hate James Bond. Bro. You know, the what's it called? The fucking thingy men. What's the
you think of the Kingsman.
Kingsman movies. That's about a scally kid from the Wirral becoming a fucking secret spy with a nice suit and all that kind of thing. How to be a gentleman. Stuff like how to dress. How to cook a nice meal? How to?
I think Mikey's got a good point on this as well.
He's got a bulletproof umbrella. Fuck off.
I think Mikey's right that this, in a way, it's very patronising for us to say that they need to be educated by us on how to do that, or by people. There
just needs to be an alternative, Mike. Just an alternative that isn't one at the moment.
But I think this comes down to the fundamental of the populism. That's the point. That Trump is popular because he says that things that people think. You know, whether they're right or wrong.
Like a democratic Hitler's Youth. Like, no, I don't want to do that.
I'm not saying that.
Exactly.
Like, it's not a good idea.
That's a lovely straw man you've built there. Thank you, everyone. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's a I can't say that word. Plurality. That's
plurality.
The one. Plurality.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I just think it's really difficult to find a progressive or a left-wing way of doing any of this stuff.
Because these people let Joe Rogan raise their kids doesn't mean that we're doing something wrong. they're bad parents and they let their fucking kids get raised by these assholes. That's not our fault. And just because they're out here, now they have to learn the hard reality and the hard truth that doesn't work for you. You're not a millionaire, right? You can't just run around doing and saying whatever the hell you want. You're going to find yourself isolated, alone, and horny. So if you want some of that to go away, you're going to have to shut the fuck up, take a shower, and be respectful to people.
Who's
and then
telling
maybe
them
you'll
this,
get a date.
Mikey? Who's telling them this?
I was going to say, it sounds like a decent little fucking get up.
I think Mikey should make
Mikey's the
videos.
host, guys. Mikey's
Yeah.
the one.
Get a fucking shower.
We need him.
Be nice to people and get a fucking shower.
Shut the fuck up.
The women complain about y'all funky asses. Y'all smell bad.
Yeah.
You don't have good hygiene. You get
don't
all
wash
up
your
in their
butts
face.
properly.
Your butt's got little crunch berries hanging out
I
all
thought
over
we
the place. You
I
got
thought we
problems.
agreed.
Wow.
I thought we agreed we would keep my funky ass out of this, Mikey.
You are an exception to the rule at the moment, my friend.
I mean, like,
But generally, straight people don't know how to. Straight
Here.
men don't even know how to wipe their
You know
ass
what?
properly.
here, Graham, how about
Very
this?
true.
Instead of us looking for that thing, we can be that thing. Hey, young guys out there,
Wipe
wash
your ass.
your ass with soap. Clean
Wipe
your
ass with
body.
toilet paper.
I'm
Scrub
not
your
the right
legs,
person to
scrub
do
your
it.
feet.
You
wash
are.
your
You're the one to
clothes.
tell the nation to wipe their ass.
No,
bro.
no, not that. I'm talking about, a series that is there to counter the toxic bile of someone like Andrew Tate that is built to appeal to young men. Put cars in it. Put fucking cars in
that's
it.
not me.
Put football in
Why?
it. Put the things
Why?
that young men
Why?
like in it.
Why?
You
Well,
know?
I'm gay. I'll come from a
that's-
completely different perspective.
But again,
not-
you're falling for the trappings that is not sustainable for them. They will not get that. So if you use that in your messaging, it's not gonna work.
How'd you know?
They'll never
no one's
get
ever
that
tried
shit.
it.
No one gets that shit, dude.
How'd
And
you
they're
know?
Already. Okay. Do you think everybody was riding around in a fucking Dodge Charger around here? No.
I don't fucking
Because
know. I'm
they're
not even talking about the
because they're
states, mate. I'm
ex-
talking about here.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
There are a few famous sort of footballer. I think they're English footballer influencers who are not toxic wankers. Who are, a bunch of nice guys who a lot of the kids do listen to. I can't remember the main guy's name.
Pierre Aubameyang. He's a cunt.
Look,
That's not
look.
him. It was like
Marcus Rashford.
no. It's some influencer.
Rashford's done like good stuff, but no, people like Pierre Aubameyang is just a wrong one. Just
The-
parked
I
his
just
car on
haven't
W
seen
the
it.
lights
Look,
in,
I-
The balance. I mean, you're
This
right.
is also
But
gonna come
Rashford's
back
a
to
good
the fact
example.
that there's fuck all support for progressive social media. If you want to be a Nazi, if you want to be a fascist fuckwit
easy.
on the internet, people will throw money at you. Billionaires will throw money at you
The
because they
unfortunate
want the
thing is-
fascists in charge because they won't charge them any fucking tax.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing is that pulls engagement.
you're on the
because
left-
not only does it pull engagement
Look at-
from the people that
but-
agree,
yeah.
it pulls engagement from us, the people that are angry about
Yes.
it. We want to read about it, so it's just like the Howard Stern thing.
We
He-
did. We
look
did
at
listen to
part of
Howard
their.
Stern because they loved him, but they also listened to him because they hated him.
Yeah,
So
we did part of their PR for them, don't we, Scott? It's
Yes.
We're here
the
discussing.
progressive
Look at-
side are discussing every little thing they do constantly.
Yeah.
And
They're not talking
Mark
about
it,
us. I guarantee that.
Look at Destiny, right?
so-
Destiny
so-
was supposed
so-
to be billed
so-
as like
so-
the next. Hold on. Like,
Oh,
look
yeah.
at Destiny.
Sorry,
Destiny
like-
was supposed to be
Shut up, Wayne.
Destiny was supposed to be billed as this new leftist superstar, and they got him in like those like 20 versus 1 things on Jubilee, and then he's like going on CNN, and then what do you know? He's got his own like little fucking Discord sex cult where he's fucking sharing. He's doing revenge porn. You know what I mean? Like these, there
Yeah, he had it
are
off with Nick
Yeah,
Fuentes, didn't he?
yeah, and then
There was a video
so-
of him
so
sucking off
Destiny.
Nick Fuentes.
so there are those like Andrew Tates and Joe Rogans of the left, you know what I mean? But no one wants to be associated with that kind of shit. Like if Destiny has to be the leader of the thought on the left, or like a boring David Packman or Brian Tyler Cohen, I'd rather take the boring dudes. You know what I mean? Who just like will put on a sweater vest and fucking speak very slowly. You know what I mean? I'd rather deal with those boring guys than these toxic bitches.
I think that it's unfair to label everyone who is progressive on the internet who's a bit shouty like myself as a fucking sex pest. But also, I feel like David Pacman might appeal to you, Mikey, because you're a middle-aged guy who get like
ouch,
you know.
Ouch. Oh. Well, you are, aren't you, Mikey? I'm in my 30s. What the fuck?
Oh, that's not middle-aged, is it?
It is these days, mate. I'm sorry. We're not going to be here in 35 years' time. I'll tell you now. We're going to be fucking dead.
I'm in my 50s, so I'm old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, but
Sorry,
what I'm saying is,
Graham, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Wayne
I just fucking explained what I mean because I seem to be being misinterpreted. Wayne, I will fucking mute you. Shut up for 1 second and let me say.
He's got a gun.
It's true. Does have a gun.
Oh, I'll shut up then.
I can't, it won't reach you. You're fine.
Fuck me. Right. I am not saying that we get rid of David Pacman. I'm not saying that we put a fucking nonce on a pedestal and go, oh my God, you are the be all and end all. I'm saying that there is a lack of left-wing content on the internet, and where it does exist, it is not funded at all, except by the wonderful people who, watch these shows. And then, obviously that's not as much money as Joe Rogan gets off fucking Spotify. It's nowhere near that. But when I say we need more left-wing stuff, and you're like, no, it's a bit galling because I'm the one saying, look, we need more of this stuff. And you're like, well, what's the point of even bothering?
The so reason why you're so
confused. Hang on, let me finish my point. So when people are watching this, there'll be who might have a penny or two to, spend on some left-wing YouTubers. They'll be going, oh, Mikey's got a point. They might turn out to be a massive nonce. Right, I'm going to shut up now. You can all talk. Go on, off you go.
Hold on. So speaking of mischaracterizations, you don't listen very well, which is why you constantly have to defend yourself against something I didn't say. What I was explaining was the mainstream media grabbed Destiny, the worst of us, and propelled him to a stage. I don't know, to make us look bad or what, but that's what I was commenting on. I didn't say that all progressives are nonces. So that's what I said.
About Destiny?
The revenge porn shit and having his own little sex cult on Discord.
I don't know anything about a sex cult myself. I mean, I have to look into that. But,
I don't really know who he is, so sorry.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I did find it funny that he sucked off Nick Fuentes.
You don't even know what I'm saying.
Well, no, I don't know about the sex cult, but I was saying I did know that he slept with Nick Fuentes, which a lot of people saw that as a betrayal.
I mean, he's a fucking Nazi.
Yeah, he sucked off a Nazi.
But then he's supposed to be the guy that the mainstream media, they're grabbing him and saying, oh yeah, he can be like our anti, what's it called? And it's like, what the fuck? Like, so it's like a double battle because you can't get on any of these stations because when they want someone from the left, they grab him, and it's like, what the hell? He's not us.
Him because he's got the most views.
Right. Yeah. And he's like a debate pervert, so he likes to argue and he talks really fast like Ben Shapiro. So
yeah, he's the left's Ben Shapiro, definitely.
Yeah. That's a fair assessment. He doesn't have like a network like that.
He's having a really nice dogs and he talks too fast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He talks
so I'm literally talking about not that.
Which is why I don't know why you're yelling at me about it.
The thing with Destiny, whenever I see him like in any sort of debate, he's proper jawing, like he's like double dropped like ecstasy, and then stuck another line up his nose. Like he just
coming from the man who looks like he's smoked 6 joints right now.
Rob, I'm ill. Am I allowed to be ill? Is that right?
Wayne's
am I allowed to be ill? No, Wayne. No.
I feel like I'm kicking a man while he's down.
Wayne's got a very, very serious man flu tonight, so I'm
sorry,
nice
Wayne. I'm sorry.
No one else is, but I'm trying to be nice.
Mike, fuck your cancer. I'm still iller than you.
2 cancers, mate.
That is
two cancers, mate.
Yeah. Shut up, Wayne. Your little cold ain't fuck all compared to what Mike's going through.
No.
Everybody's illness is their own. and they
It
suffer.
is, but there's some illnesses, and then there's cancer.
Bear in mind, that wasn't staged.
But
Wayne's got the flu,
is,
and he also has to be Wayne. So
That's a
there you
good
go.
point.
I'm living my gimmick. I'm living my gimmick.
Flu Maker 2.0.
Yeah, I also sometimes wonder if, because we can be a little bit when it comes to subjects or whatever, we can make it a little bit boring. Well, I suppose I could. You know what I mean? Because like when it comes to stuff like problems that the right will just say, oh, it's immigration, the brown people, it's their fault. Whereas we'll go into facts and
history,
and this and that and the other, and you'll get some of them people who'll just zone out. As somebody who who went to many away games or watched me football, and I'm sick with people who don't spend any time watching politics. Their hero is I actually got invited to a Nigel Farage 4 PM Facebook page. I got thrown out after I put on the James O'Brien and Nigel Farage interview. Yes.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
yes.
God. Yeah.
And then I got chucked out. I've no idea.
Huh.
But he appeals to people. But it's not like there aren't people on the left who also have charisma and can appeal to people. And I just don't feel like they are given a platform. And we're constantly talking about the lack of representation on the left.
If you think about it,
the best comedians, we've got the best presenters, we've got the best journalists,
but this is what happened in
and actors.
This is what happened in the 80s, isn't it? When comedy transformed itself into, you could argue woke began with people like Ben Elton and Saturday Night Live and Friday Night Live, etc.
Great shout.
And alternative comedy became the thing, and it was alternative to the Bernard Mannings and Jim Davidsons and the mainstream racist, sexist, misogynist. Yeah. And the problem is now they're both out there and exist, and in a way, right-wing comedy racist, sexist, misogynistic comedy has been suppressed in a way by society for the last 20 years. Yeah. And now it's trying to make a comeback, and it makes a comeback by not being comedy anymore. It's not stand-up. They don't try and do stand-up because they know it's not funny. They do it as being entertainers, general entertainers, doing podcasts, etc., etc. Yeah. And the problem is that the jokes are easy. Mother-in-law jokes are easy. Gay jokes are easy, etc., etc. And it's harder to be funny, interesting, and engaging. You speak for yourself, Scott. I'm only easy around you because of your endearing smile.
My heart just skipped a beat.
Endearing smile. No, that's suggestive and sultry.
Wayne is so jealous right now.
We had a super chat come in from Ken M. Thank you, saying it's his internet. I don't know what you're referring to. Maybe Wayne's internet.
Flu.
Power to the people saying we need Marina Perkins to get a daily show on GB News.
That's very true.
I don't think that Marina's going to do that, mate. But the troll that she does with Gemma is brilliant. Like, it's really entertaining. It's really it's a nice listen. And the part of Global now. But that's a podcast that could have done just as well on its own. Do you know what I mean? On its own merits, without being taken over by.
Can I just take up a point that Mike said? The young ones, bottom, Rick Mail, Aid Edmondson, those beautiful humans were like absolute archetypes of everything that we need.
They were privately educated, so I mean, I'd have an objection.
Don't
give me that. They got on telly, Wayne.
His dad were a worker genius.
Turns out Scumbag College was more posh than Footlights in that University Challenge game.
How do you break the system if you're not in the system?
Well, yes, that's what we were talking about earlier, wasn't it? Bringing us full circle. I like that, Wayne.
You defund the system by not supporting the system and by starving the system.
Finding the alternative. That's the thing. Because the alternative comedy route came out of the fact that they took over the clubs. They started at the ground doing this. It wasn't they just suddenly appeared on Channel 4. they worked their way into that world basically by becoming more popular entertainment on a Saturday night than Jim Davidson.
Oh, Channel 4's got a fucking lot to answer for its brutality into like smashing the establishment. It's been great.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
I don't think it has.
By the way,
just anymore, if I ask me, but
just in case anyone,
not in recent years, no.
That was a bit facetious what I said about them being privately educated. They are, but Rick Mayall and Aid Edmondson are two of my biggest heroes in the world, and I did actually cry a bit when Rick died.
Yeah, I did actually.
Years ago.
Yeah. So wind your fucking neck in.
Yeah.
All right, Wayne. Thanks.
What the fuck are you gonna do, Reggie Cray? Calm down.
Yeah. Well, fuck everything up. I'm going to come out. I'm going to plant you, and I don't mean in a plant pot. It's an expression we use in
internet. What are you gonna do? Walk to his house?
Whoa, fucking diabolical. Whoa. Fucking super coming in here.
Fucking
all that. Fuck you, Homelander. Oh.
Bruv, I'll get in a fucking quattro.
Get me a fucking quattro. Fuck.
Fucking hell.
But yeah,
it's like ashes to ashes all over again. Fire up the quattro.
What Mike's talking about there, I think you've onto something, because there are so many venues around the country, and we were talking about this the other week actually in the Moving Forward group. There's so many empty venues like that are only used like 3 days a week, gig venues and stuff like that, and there's so many of them closing down, and they need the support. And this sort of thing, I think, could work. If unfortunately I don't live in Liverpool, but if we did like a live Friday night social in Liverpool, and it was just a bunch of people, with an audience,
if you look at
and it was just in a small room, and you'd make it so eventually, if you were charming, I couldn't do it myself, but if you made it cool enough, people will kill to get tickets, because there'll only be 100 tickets. It'll just be in a small venue, but it goes on.
If you look at the business model for podcasts nowadays, it's effectively like the music industry to an extent. You put your stuff out there, but you go and do gigs to make money.
Yeah.
And they're filling the Albert Hall, they're filling the O2 Arena by two people sitting on a stage and talking about politics. It's possible to do. So there has to be a grassroots version of that where you get a wage out of doing it instead of what Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart are raking in. There's a subculture there where it exists as a medium. Podcasts are doing really well from that point of view, large listenership, and there's a live venue element to it, which I think, maybe that's the route forward, is to start doing some of this stuff live. And you don't have to turn it into an act. You just literally say, come and see a secret podcast being recorded,
Yeah. Fantastic. So just before you go on, Wayne, we've got a super chat coming from Ken M, who just wanted to say, you guys are amazing. Thank you, Ken M. You're amazing too, mate.
Thank you, Ken M.
Thank you, Ken M. Round of applause for Ken M. Thank you.
Love you,
round of applause. Clap. Wake up, Mikey. Oh, you can't clap. He's holding his games controller.
Hands are busy.
No, he's killing Bowser.
Mikey's too
Go
busy.
route one, Scott.
A personal moment.
You give Bowser what for?
Takes one to know one.
How dare he steal the princess like that again and again? Anyway, Wayne, what were you going to say? I hope it was factual.
You were going to say something.
I was going to say if we could like switch this up to sort of like somewhere like the Soho Theatre and do this as a live stream, this would be absolutely epic.
Yeah,
you guys got the people there though. You know what I mean? When you're on YouTube, everyone's just dotted everywhere, right?
Yeah.
They're all over the place. Like, do you know, is your audience? Do you get a geographical breakdown of who's watching videos here?
No. I'll just literally just push people in.
We're gonna push them
from
the
get Wayne at the door.
Why's all that thing, bruv? You're coming to this Soho Theatre,
yeah? Fucking fuck.
Sit down and pay me money, you slag.
Yeah. It's gonna be fucking epic, bruv.
I think Wayne's the Vivian
really good impression of Wayne.
Yeah. I think Wayne is the Vivian of this.
Yeah, he is.
The young ones.
Wayne just runs onto the stage, hits himself over the head with a bucket, and runs off again.
Wayne will be at the door.
Fuck off.
Yeah, Wayne will be at the door. I said, "Do you want to come and see a live stream?" Oh no, we're going. No, I said, "Do you want to go see a live stream now?" Oh yeah.
You're late.
Yes.
Oh, you think
in
you've got
now.
options, do you? Get in there.
Get in, you fucking slag.
Did that sound like a question?
Get in the fucking quattro. I'm taking you myself.
Yeah.
Listen. I said, sit down and shut the fuck up.
Clap when I fucking tell you to.
Yeah.
All right.
And be prepared to be educated.
I'm going to
Do you need
fucking
a
learn
snack?
you.
Would you like something from the concessions? I was going to get some popcorn. Do you want something too? Well, no, I don't think they have that. They have Coke products.
Does that taste like banana bread?
Sierra Mist,
Does it taste like banana bread?
No. Sierra Mist
Nah,
is
fuck
a Pepsi product. You got to pick Sprite. Well, I don't care if you don't like Sprite. You got to pick.
Yeah. What do you mean you want Bombay mix?
You guys,
Good
I
work.
got to chip off actually because
Well, yeah,
You've literally
it's,
all got my gimmick.
it's 11:30, so we should all
Oh man.
Wrap up anyway.
take stock of the situation and probably piss off.
I think
But,
we got somewhere tonight.
Did
actually.
we?
I
Did
think
we
that-
talk about what happened? Do you know what? I love this because we don't end up talking about what we're supposed to be talking about.
We didn't
This is
talk about
supposed to
the
be
Nazis
talking about
much.
laughing at the,
but-
laughing at the
No,
right
no,
because it upsets them
no,
so much when we do. Point and
You know,
laugh at
you
the
know,
motherfuckers.
you know what we did. We did something that is the beauty of the politics social. We just had a natter down the pub.
Yeah.
That's it.
normal.
Mikey's still playing a video game. This is
Mikey doesn't give a
I'm
shit.
always
He's
I'm
had
always
enough.
gonna do
Uh,
because I can do both.
You are that is clever. I can't.
I think the award tonight goes to Scott for his new microphone. That's
Yeah.
improved
Thanks.
things
Scott,
dramatically.
well done, mate.
Thank you,
Scott,
Yeah.
and microphone. We can hear
I
his
just
like
to let
dulcet
you all
tones
know.
beautifully now.
Yeah, I need deep.
7.1 surround sound, THX certified, Dolby stereo. It's all
If we
good.
could-
Even
If we
even
could
has
only
a
get
stick
Wayne the
card.
internet, then
Yeah,
we crack
just get
this
some internet
podcast
down to
business.
Essex.
Got a
Right, let's-
popcorn.
let's-
Internet to Essex.
let's do a last ditch shout. Can we get some super chats to pay for my internet?
Lordy. You already got 30
I'm gonna
pounds.
haul myself
Mate,
out. I'm gonna haul myself out for that.
Yeah.
tell you
Left
what, Wayne,
grifting.
come up to Liverpool
Yeah.
for my birthday next month, right? And I'll give you that
100%.
birthday quid. I mean,
Yeah,
the train
Wayne on
fare
OnlyFans.
up's going to be at 100 quid.
60
so.
quid.
But
I'm
you know,
getting a quattro.
yeah,
Yeah.
getting the fucking quattro. Anyway, everyone in the chat's talking about their heroes. They're talking about
They're
Wayne.
bored of us now. They're like, hey,
the ones having a
guys,
conversation.
normal
David
Mike,
Attenborough,
fuck off.
Different show.
Patrick Moore. There is no more.
Patrick Moore.
unfortunately.
Oh,
Bobby
Patrick
Moore's no more.
Games master himself.
Got no Bob Hope anymore. Got no Steve Jobs.
Oh, Bob Hope.
No more Hope. No more Jobs.
No, it's no hope.
No Hope. Yeah, but you know, you live and learn, don't you? So yeah, just to encapsulate what we were going to talk about tonight in like as few words as possible, is just if you see a fash, point and laugh at them. Get your family to point and laugh at them. Get your kids to point at them and laugh at them.
Yeah,
It
well,
winds
I
them the
laughed.
fuck
I
up.
laughed at Calvin Robinson.
Oh
Fuck
god,
that guy.
he did a Nazi
Oh.
salute this week, didn't he?
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Oh, what a shame!
Black man doing a Nazi salute. Great man. Are you going to join the KKK while you're at it?
He's had his.
Well, he has to now. They chucked him out.
They'll invite him in.
We got £5. Everyone, quick. Lee, thank you so much, Lee. You're an absolute legend.
Thanks, Lee.
£5 for Wayne's internet. Now, fuck off, you slag. I might get that as a little clip. What do you reckon?
That's brilliant.
Wayne, will you do a little audio clip for me of you saying, fuck off,
100%.
you slag?
100%.
And I'll use it when we get a
Do it
troll.
while you're sick.
When we get a troll in the chat.
Yeah.
I could just go, we've got a message now from our sponsor, and it'll go, fuck off, you slag.
Fuck off, you.
I'll probably have to put in the word Brixton schlag.
Well, Wayne, do it while your throat's all fucked up. That'll sound
yeah.
better.
I know he's got all crunchy. Listen,
Exterminate.
all right, thanks everyone for coming on tonight, and thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for the
Yeah,
chat.
that's
Thanks for the
fucking
super
Dalek.
chats. I'll be back tomorrow with a new show while we're playing GeoGuessr live, and you can help interactive.
I'm looking
luck
forward
with
to
that.
that.
So tomorrow
Good
at 6
show.
o'clock. So please join us for that. I might actually buy an account so I can do more than one game. You can only do one game a day, can't you? On GeoGuessr, or is it 3? Anyone play GeoGuessr?
No, I don't know.
Literally
I
no
thought I
idea
played it.
what
I
this
thought I
even
played more than
is. You're gonna have to
three,
tell
but-
me when you finish.
Okay, I will tell. Well, for those of you watching who don't know what GeoGuessr is, it's, on Google Street View.
Yes.
It just drops you in somewhere in the world on Google Street View, and you can move left and right and forwards, and you've got to try and suss out where you are within the set limit of time. So if you could be on a country road somewhere in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, and you can at any time you can click on the map of the world where you think you are.
Yeah, well, don't drop off in Bradford or else you'll be knackered.
Bradford.
Bradford. You'll be
That one's
knackered.
All the brats in Bradford.
Yes.
But yeah, so
And the closer you get to where you actually are, the more points you get.
Yeah. So it's really cool. So, you might think you're in Russia and you put the pin down in Russia, and then actually it turns out that you're in South America and you feel very silly. But yeah, it's a fun little game, and it's been suggested. Mikey's suggestion this morning when we were on the show, on the morning show. So thank you very much.
Content creator,
Mikey Family of the Bin Podcast. The link is in the description.
We're like 31 away from getting our 500. Please sub.
Head over to the Bin Podcast for more of this kind of stuff. And Puninator has just dropped a super chat in before we go. This super chat is specific to give Graham's mum something nice. Maybe give her good internet so she can join us. She's a gift for all. Oh, thank you, Puninator. That's really kind. My mum's got great internet, actually. It's not the internet's problem at my mum's when I'm there. The internet's faster than it is here in Durham.
Wow.
It's my fucking laptop. It doesn't bloody work unless it's plugged in, which kind of defeats the idea of being a laptop, really. But there you go. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Hopefully see you tomorrow. If you want to watch that, look out for the live thing going out. And thanks to my guests. Give us a like on the way out if you're so minded. Until next time, hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.
Bye.